Hello and good evening from SeaWorld. So we're at SeaWorld tonight to go to the Craft Beer Festival, which is currently going on for about another month. It is absolutely going to downpour probably here very soon. The sky is very dark, there are lightning bolts, and it is windy, and I'm starting to feel some raindrops already. But maybe we can get some food at some food booths inside SeaWorld. The park closes in a few hours. They might be. Okay, so my first stop was over here at the self-service kiosks where I got this. This is one complimentary sample for the Craft Beer Festival, which is currently going on right now. Okay, so we're inside SeaWorld and we're heading towards the festival booths. I don't think that they have a lot of booths or options, but that's where we're heading. So Electric Ocean is still going on right now. Let's see if we can find a lanyard eventually to start our little adventure tonight. Okay, so the booth that would normally sell the lanyards is closed right now due to inclement weather. So we came into the first booth where, incidentally, they had some incredible food that we both wanted. So we both got this Vibin Grippable Beef Slider, and then Brenna got this Drunken Chicken Quesadilla. Okay, that's the booth we were just at, and we're heading over here by the Sky Tower. There should be some covered seating, hopefully, because it is definitely starting to rain now. So this is over by the sandbar, and they should have some covered seating over here, which is generally pretty quiet. They like to come over here a lot during the festivals. Okay, so it's definitely starting to rain, but we did find a table under the cover, which is fantastic. And I think I'm going to go back over to a booth that is still open. Some of them are closed, but this is the Vibin Grippable Beef Slider with pimento cheese and Nooski bacon jam. And we both got that. And then Brennan got this. This is the Drunken Chicken Quesadilla with smoked chicken, jack cheese salsa, and sour cream. I'm embarrassed. Okay, so Brennan's over by the Sky Tower. We went to the Brews and Chews booth, which is way over there, and now I am currently waiting in line at the New Orleans Corner booth to get some food and maybe a drink over here. Okay, so this is over by the Voyagers Barbecue. They have Bananas Foster over here as well as some drinks. And I got the Bananas Foster as well as a Hurricane. And there's some Electric Ocean dancers out dancing right now. Okay, so back over by the Sky Tower. That did take a little bit because they were only serving them individually by customer, so I had to wait a little bit to get them, but I think that they are definitely going to be worth it, hopefully. And it did stop raining, which is good. Okay, so because it's not raining right now, we did move tables underneath a pleasant little gazebo underneath the Sky Tower. So this is the Craft Beer Festival lanyard, which we did end up getting. I got a 15-punch lanyard as a pass holder, which is really pleasant. And Brennan's already pretty much done with her food because it did take a little while to get the beignets, but you can get 3 different types of beignets. You can get the Bananas Foster, the Nutella, and the Bavarian cream beignets. And then I also used my little card that I got for my free sample of alcohol.
Hurricane?
So this is the Hurricane. This is Florida Canya rum, Sailor Jerry spiced rum, passion fruit, and orange.
Yum.
So I wanted to go ahead and use that before I lost my little ticket, like I've been known to do apparently sometimes. Okay, so that's where we just sat underneath that gazebo, and we very much so enjoyed our food.
Those beignets, I would come back for those.
Those sliders.
Time and time. The slider, I would have eaten 2 more of those. This was some really good food this year.
Let's see what other booths we can go to. Alright, so the Sky Tower is way over there, and I am pretty sure that they have reopened a lot of their booths because this one over here was closed. It's the Pub Grub, which I think they just have a sauerkraut hot dog. So I totally spoke too soon. This booth, Wish You Were Beer, is currently closed right now. They have a smoked brisket macaroni and cheese, beer battered crispy shrimp, and chocolate bourbon pecan pies. Oh man. Okay, we're over by Mako, and it looks like the booth back over here is closed as well, but let's see what they would have had, or they still might have if they reopen. This is so sad. So this booth is Tampa on tap, and they would have had a birria pork taco, slow braised beef short ribs, and then a Maduro brown ale cupcake. I really hope that these booths reopen soon, because I think that the weather for the most part has passed, but they do keep making inclement weather spiels over like the park intercom system. All of the outdoor rides are closed as well, obviously, which is a bummer because we probably would have needed something to do while we wait for the food booths to open, but none of the rides are open. And then over here by the Nautilus Theater is Sam Adams' Best Bites, where they would have had an Oktoberfest walking taco, a 2-way beer drunken ribs, and a tiramisu. This really stinks. And then there's a sweet and sour booth with some beers that I absolutely would have enjoyed, namely this one right here. That sounds incredible. So we're pretty much just walking right now until we encounter a potentially open and viable food opportunity. Okay, so I think we decided to go ahead and head over to the Waterway Grill and maybe grab some available beers over there. It's pretty cool. They're also decorating for Halloween, which is going to be starting pretty soon. Trinity Falls is closed right now, but it definitely does look very beautiful at night. sure. Okay, so there's a bar straight ahead over here, which hopefully we can grab a beer at so we can have something. All right, so we got a couple beers. This is a triple chocolate stout, I'm pretty sure. And then Brennan got a honey pilsner, I believe. Right now the sky looks incredibly beautiful just due to the thunderstorm that passed and never really poured down rain. So that was actually really nice. So this is right outside of Sesame Street. This is the Ale Yeah booth. They have a pretzel wrapped bratwurst, a crispy chicken pretzel slider, and then a SeaWorld thin pretzel. That sounds fun. And here we are walking through Sesame Street around the corner where there should be a couple more booths. And I did hear some activity back in that previous booth, so maybe they are going to be reopening at some point. It's definitely pretty quiet over here, that's for sure. But we're definitely really hungry as well. So this is the beer garden over here, and then there's another booth, Electric Eats. So this is definitely part of the craft beer festival, but I don't think that this one is. This is for complimentary ice cream. There's a pretty significant amount of construction out for Hallow's Cream, which is going to be starting in less than a month, which is neat. Okay, so heading over to Bayside Stadium. As of right now, I don't know if Ignite is going on, although it does look like Icebreaker is currently cycling. That's cool. So there's Ignite, and then there's Club Seaglow, which is the dance party at SeaWorld before Ignites, which I don't know if that's happening right now. There are some locations like the Waterway Grill and Altitude Burgers, which are participating in the Craft Beer Festival. I don't know if you can even see this right now, but they just have beverages, and we're actually trying to prioritize food, even though we've had a good amount of beers tonight, and I had a mixed drink earlier. That was fun. So this is open right now. Maybe the food booths are going to be open as well. I'd like to still be optimistic because I think that the Craft Beer Festival is still going on for about an hour. Okay, so what we've decided to do is to backtrack just to see if these booths are going to be open. The bridge over here is closed just due to the festival fireworks. So let's see if we can eat some food before the beer festival is over tonight. Okay, so I finally picked up a Craft Beer Festival map just in time, right? Perfect timing. And it does seem like the farthest we can go was the Altitude Burgers back over there. So at least we went through the duration of the festival, more or less. So it looks like Infinity Falls is reopened, which is definitely a good sign. But the question is, have the booths bothered to reopen for just about an hour until the event is over? And it looks like they've closed the booths. That is a bummer. Whoops, oh man, that really does stink. The food looked so good for the Craft Beer Festival this year, and we bought a lanyard. No. So we're trying to decide what to do, if we should just cut our losses and probably come back at some point in the future, but the festival only does run for less than a month, so I don't know if we have a chance to come back. Maybe I could come back by myself. Okay, so we're back over by the dance party. I don't think that I ever really showed this off in terms of the price offerings for the lanyard. So you can get an 8-item lanyard for $55, or you can get a 12-item lanyard for $70, but then also if you're a pass holder, you can get a 15-sample lanyard for the same price. So this dance party is going on, as well as Club Seaglow did start over at Bayside Stadium, which is cool. At least we did get some food from the festival before the booths closed for the evening, so at least we got sort of lucky with that. Okay, so we're heading over to the Flamecraft bar just to see if there's anything interesting over here, maybe, that we can get at the last second before leaving. So we don't see the menu for the Craft Beer Festival. We do have some complimentary water over here, which is pretty cool. There is a regular menu, and I do wonder if I'm able to get one of these as like a sample. There actually was a menu for the Craft Beer Festival, and we have this strawberry orange mimosa as well as a raspberry sour. So this is the mimosa, I'm pretty sure, and then this is the sour. Hooray! Alright, so we just finished with the beers at the Flamecraft bar. There were some booths that we did not go to that I didn't really mention because they were more about beer, and again, we were really more concentrating on the food tonight. Samanta's definitely running right now. It's just a bummer that the booths are closed, but I guess that just means we'll have to come back and have another trip here, probably, hopefully, before the festival concludes. So that was one of the shorter trips that we've had to SeaWorld, probably in a little while, for the Craft Beer Festival. We only got 5 out of 10 punches on here. We ended up just sort of separately getting those individual beer samples just on our way out of the park, just to do something fun. And we hung out at the bar for a little while, so that was nice.
I am sad that I only got to eat what I did, but I'm happy that I got to eat it because the pimento burger and then the beignets were like some of the best SeaWorld food.
That's all that I had.
Ever
That little
had.
slider was the only food that I got tonight.
It
And I was
so
really
good.
looking forward to this. I worked today, and we just went straight to SeaWorld right after I got off of work. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just a discrepancy with just the park hours versus the booth hours
Yeah.
versus the thunderstorm that It didn't actually rain, which was a good thing, but I think it was
The
like a
lighting was
close
really
proximity in
bad.
terms of, yeah, the thunder and the lighting.
And I could, like, when we were trying to get the last beers that we had, I could hear somebody else having a conversation with the bartender talking about, like, time discrepancy too, so.
Just when it comes to the individual booths, I think.
So I'm wondering if, like, what it's saying on the website is different than what it's reflecting inside.
We'll see. We're definitely going to come back and get our use out of this lanyard because it was $70. So I do want to get some food because it did look like they had like a lot of good food here. We are going to head back to the car and I'll probably show a little bit of the fireworks because Ignite should be happening in just a couple minutes on our way back to the car. So thank you for hanging out with us at SeaWorld on what will just, I guess, be our first trip, hopefully, of the season before
You know,
the
this
festival
is
concludes.
not our summer for festivals, is
It
it?
really isn't, is it? Huh. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, and let's watch some fireworks. Okay, so right outside of SeaWorld. And there are the fireworks for Ignites. And there are the construction walls for the new project that SeaWorld is currently working on. The new roller coaster that will be inevitably opening up pretty soon, right? Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. And goodbye.
Bye!